Thanks, James. If you have any questions for James, you can get a hold of him with his email, james@innovativefitness.com.
All right, he's one of our favorite guests here in the Morning News. He's back again. Ross Rebagliati, gold medal winner. Nice to see you on the anniversary of the big gold medal win.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years already.
It's incredible.
Yeah, we're all feeling very old, so.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let's take you back. You know, the story's been well told, but why not tell it one more time? So you go to the event, you win the gold medal, and then craziness ensues. So tell us first off about winning the gold medal and the euphoria you were going through at that point.
Yeah, it was a great morning the day for the race. It was sunny, and I had my number was 3, so I had a good position to start with. I was 7th after the first run.
Thank you.
The next run was totally cloudy, blizzard, temperature dropped, and so I was able to come from behind from 7th, and I was able to win my run at the time, but then I had to wait for the 6 guys that beat me in the first run to come down, and it was like, okay, now I'm 6th, now I'm 5th, and then finally I realized I was going to get a bronze and then a silver, and then finally it was clear that I won the gold medal, but only by 0.02 of a second. So it was a nail biter at the end, and yeah. So that night we had the official awards ceremonies where I received my medal, and we had a great night that night back at the hotel, and the next morning, it was all like, wow, I can't believe it's finally come to an end after 4 years of preparation. And
because it was really a surprise, you winning the gold medal. I mean, you had the run of your life, to say the least, right? Because you weren't going in as a medal favorite.
Well, I wasn't, but that was only because the federations had changed from the Snowboard Federation to the Ski Federation, and I didn't quickly go over to the Ski Federation side because the Snowboard Federation was paying my bills.
Okay.
Right? And so the media didn't even know who I was, but I had already been ranked in the top 3 in the world consecutively for 3 years, and I'd won the European Championships, US Open. I was like one of the favorites within the snowboard industry, but within the mainstream, no one really knew who I was because I didn't quickly move over to the Ski Federation.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was quite a ride. It was definitely a run of my life. I'm not going to deny that.
Sure, no, it was a great. And then of course,
and the talk show circuits apparently happened. You were on with Leno. What was that like? Yeah,
Leno was very, very friendly, and I was very nervous after the controversy to go on to an internationally broadcast show like that, as famous as the Tonight Show is. But he assured me that he was going to cultivate my confidence and make it so that it would be okay for me to be on the show. And he cracked some funny jokes, and he did some funny things also while I was still in Japan, like on his monologues and stuff like that. So it was an honor and a privilege to be on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and to have the support of not just Canada, but I really had support around the world also. So it was quite an amazing ride, to say the least.
No kidding. Pretty incredible, though. And looking back on 10 years ago, looking back on it, what really stands out for you as your favorite personal moment?
Well, of course, that Tonight Show has to be one of the the biggest things that I've ever done, aside from winning the Olympics. But I think the main thing for me was to just prove my character during that controversy that I had, and stay true to myself and my roots and my friends and that sort of thing. Of course, I dedicated my race to a friend of mine, Lumpy Lydell, who passed away just before the Olympics in a big avalanche. And so there was a lot of things that tied into that race that was important to me, other than the race itself.
How controlled was what you were saying after the controversy had happened with you losing your medal and getting it? How much was controlled about what you could say, and how much did you want to say? Because knowing you, I know you wanted to probably come out and defend yourself right off the bat, but you really were held back. I mean, it seemed that they were saying, don't say anything, let us do the talking.
They actually did say, that they were going to handle it, and I actually wanted to be the one to handle it.
Sure.
I didn't have any official media training at the time, but I'd, been on the World Cup circuit for almost 10 years, and I'd been in front of, the media talking, a fair bit. So I felt like it was the most important thing that I could do, is to represent myself and to, just come clean with the whole story and just let everybody know that, I was trying to be good, and it just so happened that the environment that I was in was not favorable, you know, as far as the drug testing was concerned. And, you know, what I learned from it was the Olympics prior to Nagano, the computer wouldn't have been big enough or strong enough to even read those numbers.
Sure.
And, you know, so that was a mistake on my part to be in the environment that I was in just prior to the Olympics. You know, I thought I was being good. You know, I'm okay, guys, no problem. But it wasn't enough.
Secondhand smoke can get you into trouble. There you go.
It really did. Yeah. So.
Ross, how important was it for you at the time? You had the support, obviously, of your family, but huge amount of support from your fans, especially fans up at Whistler.
Yeah, especially the fans in Whistler. You know, that was a tight group of people up there, and. You know, there's no words to describe the feeling that you get when you realize that even in such a hard time, you still have the support of, you know, more people, even people that you don't know. And I didn't realize that in Japan because I was a little bit isolated from all the media that was happening and that sort of thing. So, you know, when I got home and I, you know, found out that...
Saw the crowds at the airport.
The crowds at the airport, and my homecoming in Whistler was...
Awesome.
I mean, that's got to be the #1, you know, bigger than Jay Leno. Just to have the support like that in front of me, the thousands of people climbing on trees and hanging off of balconies and things like that and cheering.
Oh, your buddies come up saying, gee, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of them like disappeared into the woodwork actually, but no, it was an amazing experience, and it continues to be. So.
Well, congratulations again, and how fantastic to be able to look back on that happening 10 years ago and look ahead to the next Olympics. I'm sure you'll be watching the team as they get ready for 2010.
Absolutely. I hope to be calling the race.
There you go. Yeah.
Great.
So there's a broadcaster looking for a great analyst. There's Ross
I'm your man.
Give him a call. All right.
I think last time you were here, we were pitching sponsors for you, too. So that's what we do.
Thanks, Ross. Lovely to see you.
Good to see you again, Ross.
Guys.
Yeah, good stuff. Ross, one of the good guys, that's for sure, in the whole Olympic business. So good stuff.
Let's check in with our Mark Madriga, who was in the Winterfest business this morning, out on the ice this morning. Mark?
Absolutely, Lynn, Steve, thanks you guys. Jake, what's your last name?
Gushu.
Where do you live?
Maple Ridge.